The golden age of Call of Duty is something we love to reminisce about on this channel. Like I said in the last video, I'm pretty dead set on reliving the golden age for as long as I can, and it seems like a lot of you are in that boat with me. So today, we're going to keep the nostalgia train chugging. We're going to go over what I think are the 10 best SMGs from the golden age of Call of Duty, and like the last video, we're going to define the golden age as 2007 to 2015. Meaning COD 4 through Black Ops 3. Yes, I know a lot of people hate Ghost and Advanced Warfare, but I think we can all agree that Black Ops 3 was Golden Age quality. We can also probably all agree that even if you hate Ghost and AW, there's some aspects of those games that hit the same nostalgia bells as the Golden Age games. So you guys let me know in the comments what you think the best Golden Age COD SMG is. Drop a like, and here we go. At number 10, the AK-74U in COD 4. I have many times called this the best SMG in the original Modern Warfare. I've also called this a top 3 gun in the entire game, and I sometimes get pushback on that, and I really don't know why. I mean, the COD 4 version of the AK-74U was nuts. Maybe it's because a lot of you didn't get to play with it. It was literally the damage profile of the full-size AK-47, but in the body of an SMG, meaning faster movement, bouncier recoil. If you're running stopping power, which you were, the 74U was a 2 to 3 shot kill while firing at over 700 rounds per minute. You could keep a handle on that bouncy recoil. Is arguably better than the assault rifle for mid and long range engagements. Now, this was an experimental time for Call of Duty, so I guess I'm not going to get too mad at Infinity Ward for giving an SMG the same damage profile as a full-size AK, but surely someone had to think it was a little busted during testing. But I'm glad they didn't do anything with it during the development because I love it. I think it's a good way to start the list. It is definitely one of the best SMGs of the Golden Age, if you ask me. Also, quick shout out like we do almost every video. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the love. All of you that have been here for so long and tell me your stories of when you started watching and now you're adults. You make me feel really old, but really appreciated. At number 9, the VMP in Black Ops 3. Now, if we're including Black Ops 3 on the Golden Age list, which we are, it means we have to give a shout out to arguably the most iconic original gun from that game, which was the VMP. It was one of your starting SMGs, and it had it all. Complete package, fire rate, damage, iron sights, default mag, recoil. I mean, it was perfect. I mean, you couldn't spray and pray, but it still rewarded you handsomely for staying on target. Now, up close, the VMP shredded. At mid-range, I mean, the time to kill was amazing as long as you could stay on target. There's a reason why all the competitive players and pub stompers were using this SMG over all the others during the Black Ops 3 era. Like I said, if Black Ops 3 is going to be included on this list, we have to mention the VMP. At number 8, the Scorpion Evo in Black Ops 2. Now, this SMG tied for having the fastest default fire rate in Call of Duty history, 1,250 rounds per minute. And a lot of the time, guns that fire that quickly, they don't hit very hard, but the Scorpion Evo, it could drop a target with as little as 3 bullets. I mean, it gave it an absolutely unbeatable time to kill if you could aim high. Now, the recoil, yes, it was a bit unruly. It was almost entirely vertical, though. So you could put a few hours into mastering it. You could actually stay competitive at mid-range with it as well. And let me tell you, if you were going up against somebody who knew how to control the Evo at mid-range, it was terrifying. It sounded terrifying. I mean, it was crazy. Listen to this. Yeah, does that bring back nightmares if you're on the other end of it? It was one of the most intimidating guns in COD history. Had to be on the list. People were terrified of this thing. At number 7, the MP40 in World at War. Now, the only controversial thing about this pick is the fact that some of you would probably put it higher on the list. While the World at War MP40 was definitely busted, it had a handful of minor drawbacks that I think make it a good pick for number 7. Now, when compared to the rest of the monsters on the list, I think it's fair. The MP40 kicked quite a bit in the game, and the reload animation could sometimes feel a bit long, but other than that, it was a monster. It would hit for over 50 damage a pop without stopping power, and you could throw a 60-round box mag on if you just wanted to run around and spray and pray until your dad came home from buying milk if he ever did come back, even though he didn't. That's okay if he never came home because you never had to stop spamming this thing. It was too good. I did that so you wouldn't think it was AI. 2-shot kills, crazy spam potential, chunky peanut butter. If you were running steady aim, you didn't even have to aim with it. You just ran around holding the right trigger and racking up kills. Easy mode, iconic, definitely needed to be on the list. At number 6, the MTAR-X in Call of Duty Ghost. Now, Ghost was by far the most hated game of the Golden Age, but that doesn't mean there weren't good things about it. I feel like no matter how much you hate the game, you couldn't bring yourself to hate the MTAR-X. I mean, it was one of the smoothest and most reliable SMGs in Call of Duty history, unfortunately locked behind a very disliked game at the time, and yes, the MTAR-X had some really bad iron sights. And yes, it had a really long reload animation. But it also had incredibly smooth handling and a super generous range, which made it feel like an assault rifle in the body of an SMG. You had the mid and long range power of an AR, you had the movement speeds of an SMG. Obviously, it was the competitive weapon of choice during the Ghost era. We've got so many different versions of the TAR throughout COD history, including a couple during the Golden Age, but a lot of people, this is where the TAR peaked. Even if it was in a game that a lot of people hated, it belongs. It's like Black Ops 3 and the VMP. If we're going to include Ghost in the Golden Age for the series, we have to put the MTAR-X on the list. It stands out among all the rest of the iconic SMGs. Now we arrive at the top 5. The MSMC in Black Ops 2. Now, according to a lot of players, the MSMC was the best competitive SMG in Call of Duty history. I don't know if I can argue. Fire rate was solid, damage was high, recoil demanded skill to control in order to use the gun beyond close range. It was the perfect example of a gun that was not easy to use, but if you put in the time and effort to master its recoil and handling speeds, it was amazing. 3-shot kill range was kind of crazy. The 4-shot kill range is really what made it a beast at mid-range in the hands of a skilled player, even at long range. The MSMC could get work done if you could stay on target, and this gun quickly became a fan favorite because of that insane skill ceiling. It's one of the most iconic weapons from the Black Ops series for a very good reason. It absolutely had to be in the top 5. And number 4, the ASM-1 in Advanced Warfare. You may have hated going up against it, but don't lie to me. I know when you're lying. You loved using it. Futuristic Tommy gun completely dominated the SMG meta in the Advanced Warfare era, featured a moderate fire rate, super high damage, very low recoil, and that all paired nicely with a nice Chianti. Top tier iron sights, once again AI check. Then you have all the crazy variants locked behind supply drops. It made the ASM-1 even better. Now obviously everybody remembers the Speakeasy variant that really made it futuristic Tommy gun, but there was crazy ones. The Royalty, the Strider, the Reckless. The Reckless was super underrated, many more. The ASM-1's main appeal lay in the fact that it had one of the most absurd 3-shot kill ranges in the entire game, despite being a super light SMG, and there really wasn't another weapon in its class that even came close to the power and the versatility. If we're saying Advanced Warfare is part of the Golden Age, which I am, and I know some of you don't like it, but it has to be. And the sound of the ASM-1, are you kidding me? And number 3, the AK-74U in Black Ops 1. Anyone who played the original Black Ops will tell you the 74U was the only SMG worth using. Now, there's a lot of crappy SMGs in the game for some reason, but even without those, it was a beast. Fired quickly, hit like a truck, entirely vertical recoil. I mean, just like its big brother. There was even a grip attachment you could throw on it to make it a laser beam, even without comparing the 74U to other SMGs. Top tier. I mean, top tier. Could easily stand up to most rifles. Time to kill? Consistent. Handling speeds? Fast, flash fast, and what other SMGs in COD history had a noob tube? I'm not kidding. The 74U in classic Black Ops could be equipped with a grenade launcher. Yeah, nobody used it, but it was an option, and it was there. Could you imagine if SMG noob tubes were a common thing in Call of Duty now? And number 2, the UMP-45 in Modern Warfare 2, an absolute two-tapping machine. Basically the modern version of the MP40. I mean, bouncy recoil, low default fire rate, but absurd damage that could literally two-tap people from across the map if you were using stopping power, which everybody obviously was. I made a video not too long ago about the best starting guns in COD history. I'm not going to lie. I completely forgot this was a starting gun. I think some of you called me out on it. I mean, something this powerful shouldn't be a starting weapon. It made me completely forget that it was indeed handed to you right when you turned the game on. And if you threw a suppressor on it, I mean, come on. You had one of the coolest and most nostalgic firing sounds in Call of Duty history. And that just added a few extra points to the coolness ranking. UMP has appeared a handful of times throughout COD history, but the classic Modern Warfare 2 version was far and away the best iteration. And at number 1, has to go to the MP7 in Modern Warfare 3. No doubt in my mind. It was busted. It was broken. It was overpowered. It was one of the best guns in Call of Duty history. Not SMGs, not the Golden Age. One of the best guns, period, in the entire freaking huge franchise. Monster. Massive default magazine. Fired at 900 rounds per minute right out of the box. Had some of the best iron sights in COD history. Zero recoil. Damage profile of an LMG. You heard me right. An LMG. 3-shot kill though. Close range. Doesn't matter. 4-shot kill mid-range. 5-shot kill long range. Reliable, predictable, cleanest iron sights in the world, super high fire rate, no recoil, basically the only SMG worth using in the game. And look, Modern Warfare 3 had amazing SMGs and rifles across the board, we all agree. Frankly, this was just a stacked game when it came to the weaponry, but the MP7, something special. Incredibly smooth, incredibly reliable, unreasonably versatile, and that sound, oh, that sweet, sweet sound.
Counter UAV is up.
In my opinion, made it the greatest SMG of the Golden Age of COD. Let me know 2 that did not make it, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying us, including sound clips from time to time now. Thank you for all the feedback and love. Goodbye.